Let me see what you have. No!
I have no idea why Silent Lizard happens. Makes no sense to me because I've got the scene there. Everything's all there. It's all set up. I should be getting sound, and it's not. Hi PG, hi TV, hi Mitch, hi Turbo. How are you all doing today?
Lizard.
Lizard. Oh my god. Okay, so that's louder because I turned the sound up just to make sure it was audible. I turned it up way too loud though. Immediately turning that down again because oh my goodness. How are we doing? Hope we're doing well. How are things? How are we? Alwina as well. Hello. How are you? Hope you're doing well. How's everyone's? I'm so upset that it's not actually Friday. It feels like it's Friday. It's fudging Thursday, and that makes me so devastated. I'm devastated. I'm inconsolable. You sent me a DM. PG stream hasn't even started, and PG's sending me DMs, guys. Recovery from observing world technical difficulties, that's crazy. I haven't even played Final Fantasy for like a day. You're not here tomorrow? I'm very much considering not doing Final Fantasy tomorrow. I know it's community day, but I don't know if people are like down to even like do things tomorrow. So that might change. I don't know. Lizard. For now, though, it's fudging story time. It's story time. It was also, like, as I started stream, I want you all to know, it was absolutely raining here, it was overcast, it was looking really bad in game. I went live, and now it's really sunny and nice. You can tell what day it was, you've been off work all week with a horrible sinus infection. Oh no, I'm sorry, TV. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you get better soon, if not. I hope you continue to improve. That sucks. Do you do the early shift because your nephew's 8th birthday and you're going for dinner? Oh, nice. That's good. It sucks that you're going back to work, though. I thought you were off for a little while longer, but I guess not. Painkillers are helping? That's good, at least. You know what else might help, TV? You know what else might help? Hello. Hello. He's not playing very nicely. Hello, Pika. Hello. Pikas. Good bag. Oh, you don't want scritches. No, well, he's here for all of 5 seconds and then he fudges off. Hello! Oh. Yep, there he goes. I made him say hi. As of Sunday, though, when daylight savings kicks in, it'll be really bright outside. At the moment, he's just tired and wants to relax, which is why he like doesn't want to do anything. He just wants to go on top of his cage and sit there and just be quiet for the night. But as of Sunday, it'll be much brighter outside, meaning he won't be as tired, meaning he might actually just sit with me. That would be cool. That would be nice. Hello, baby. Hello, Pika. So, you know, we'll see. Speaking of, I'm going to change my stream days this weekend. I forgot to mention it earlier, but I'll do that in Discord after the stream. Changing my stream days this weekend, so I'm not streaming on Saturday, and I am streaming on Sunday, so I'm swapping those days around. You're grinding for currency in Love and Deep Space. Everyone's playing that game, except me. I'm not playing. You got beef with one of them? Well, maybe you should give him some pork instead. Fudge, I don't know. Chicken, maybe? I'm saying words. You have a week off again in a few weeks? That's good. You're going up into Newcastle. Isn't Newcastle a place in New Zealand? That's not north. That's south. That's like so far south. The what now? Are we not? The what now? We're not going to question that one. Hi, Alpha. You have things to say. The place in the UK? No, I know, Peachy. I'm messing with you. I know it's in the UK. It's okay. I know. Lest you wonder, Master Matoya has returned to her cave with Stola. There's peas in the pot, are they not? You may oh yeah, this is the trust thing. The most north you can get without actually being in Scotland. Actually, you can go more north. You just gotta be in the ocean. Got it. Why do they offer me so much food that I don't care about though, honestly? That's unfortunate, Alwina. That's unfortunate. Well then, my friends, let us return to Limsa and deliver the good news to the Admiral. A word to the officer and bulwark call should be sufficient to secure us we're going to Limsa. I don't know why I thought I could teleport without, like, while moving. Also, is it just me or is the game sounding like 15 times louder today? I have no clue. I have so much. I don't want to keep any of these things, I don't think. Ooh, actually, these gauntlets look pretty cool. Like, actually, they kind of look cool. But I can't put too many things in my freaking storage because it's so full. I gotta be careful. Oh, hi, you three. What are you doing here? Is your second favorite taking a strength to not pull and be good and wait for the next drop? Gacha games be like that, Peachy. Have I seen some of the pictures on game? I know nothing about Love and Deep Space, except that I have quite a few friends who play it. But I actually haven't seen or heard anything. I don't even know what it's about. I didn't even know it was a gacha game until just like right now. I didn't have a clue it was a gacha, don't know what it's about, have no idea what anyone looks like, don't know what the art style is. I know literally nothing. Hi, Peachy. Why, Meemly? Ever a welcome sight. Titan City Admiral will say. She's presently receiving guests, but for the signs, I know she'll make an exception. I can just barge in on her in the middle of a meeting? That's crazy. Oh my god, it's important guests. Wayne just sent a fudging image in Discord. Let's have a look. Is that one of your Love and Deep Space characters? My friends, what brings you here this day? Apparently, I don't get to know what brings me here. Is this true? Maybe. Is that Zane? Or is that Silas? Or is that some random dude playing chess? Is this true? By the Navigator, a cure for tempering. As often as I've been in awe of you signs, I would not have thought it possible. You can thank Alizé for that. She's a fudging genius. And yet it is, Admiral. We've done it. Here in Limsa, in production, and more Familius has already begun. You have my thanks. Truly, this will do much to advance the cause of peace. Yet I feel it will take more to close the rift twixt man and beast man. Which is why I must resign. Even to speak thus divides us. Welcome as it is, a cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our people. For though summoning and the tempered may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but symptoms of it. If we are to resolve the primary problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and find a way to leave our past behind. It was I who moved the Alliance to renew its push for peace. So much. Those two are just going off with the thirst. Well deserved! I mean, I can't really say I see it. I don't see it. I'm not seeing it. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. You need a cold shower after chapter 1? I don't even know what that means. Since our ancestors came to these shores some 7 centuries past, that's a long time. Actually not really. We Liminsons have been at odds with those who share our island home. Save for a brief moment of cooperation with the kobolds, our history has been one of nigh constant territorial squabbling. Is that Gabu? Or is it just some other kobold? I don't think I do want it. Based on, like, that entire sentence. Meanwhile, our struggle with the Sahagin for control of the seas has only grown fiercer. A matter made worse by the thrice damned calamity driving the... What a fudging... That's not a tongue twister I need. Driving them to seek new spawning grounds. With survival at stake, each had no choice but to fight, and so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is a word coined by the weak, I proclaimed to all who'd listen, and then gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you've achieved the impossible again and again and again. And I thought it high time I followed suit, hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. What's your proposal, Melvid? As soon as I reached out to neighbors in Vildbrand, my own people sought to thwart me, of course. Got beef with Caleb. Do you have beef with everyone? Like, why? What's the beef for? Angel's Corner... Oh, you're still talking about Love and Deep Space. I don't know why I randomly thought you were talking about Final Fantasy and I was going to be like, lore videos? Hello? No, apparently not. I love the table flipping axolotl though. Like, actually? That's so cute. I love that. Speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Acting through a friendly faction among the kobolds, we had intended to seek an audience with the prominent patriarch. But the executioners would not hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the rest. Though they are but one of 3 pirate powers, they are the greatest, and any attempt at peace would founder without them. Okay, that sucks. I was like gonna come up with like all sorts of ideas, and I was like, actually no, these are bad ideas. I was gonna be like, A, screw them, B, make it illegal. I'm just like, that's dictator talk. That's authoritarianism. Maybe let's not push that. Are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? Do you need help? Do you need assistance? Do you need a mental welfare check? Like, are you good? I know you're talking about a game, but like, this is not healthy. You know that. It's just what that game does to people. I think they need help. I think they need help. It's got combat. Don't do this to me, Peachy. Don't do this to me. Hold on. I'm gonna do one single thing. I'm gonna look it up on the Steam store. I'm gonna look at one thing on the Steam page, and that's gonna determine whether I completely ignore it or not. Because I'm not in it for the thirst stuff, guys. It's mobile. It's not even on PC. Well, you've already lost me. If it's like, I don't play mobile games. That's it. I'm done. GG's. It's over. You've already lost the argument. You've already lost the fight. Is that the only reason why, TB? But then you can take it anywhere. I don't care. I don't want to play. My mobile phone, trash at running games. Like, it's not like it's a bad phone. It's like, what, 2020 or something. But like, that is really old for a device where all these games are releasing on mobiles now. That's not gonna get me anywhere. It's definitely not. Is it 2020 or 20? It's 2021, I think. Yeah, it's 2021. That's not gonna get me anywhere for playing any games. It'll also overheat my phone like hell and drain my battery like no tomorrow. I can take it anywhere, but like, for what reason? The only time I play games is at my PC. I'm not playing my games at work, like. I'm given to understand the leader, Captain Hilfer, has been bedridden for some while with an ailment of the lungs. Pneumonia. Yeah, he's got pneumonia. In his absence, his right hand leads a man named Sickard, but recently risen to prominence among their ranks. You DC'd, you need to rewind stream a sec. I forget that Twitch lets you rewind streams now. Which is crazy, because it doesn't let me do it. I can't rewind stream. Look, if I open Twitch right now, on my laptop, and I go to my own fudging stream, it's not gonna let me rewind it. I'm subbed to my own channel. Shock horror, TB, I know. Oh shoot, wait, holy shit, it's letting me rewind now. That's crazy. Oh my god. That's game changing though, actually. It's only for subs now. They'll introduce it to other people later on. I don't know why it wouldn't let me beforehand. Whatever, doesn't matter, rewind is a thing. You know what my immediate first thought is, and this is fudging bad. My immediate first thought is, wait, that means if people miss anything in the ads, not for me, because I usually take my break during an ad break so no one misses anything, but I was like, if people miss things during ads, they can just rewind and watch it again. No, they can't, because if you're subbed, you don't get the ad in the first place, and if you do get the ad, it means you're not subbed, and therefore you can't rewind to see what you missed. Completely redundant. I'm just not thinking tonight, okay? I do all my thinking at work and then I stop when I get home. And that's even if I do my thinking at work. I mean, what? Please go away. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. You're beefing with the game because you can't add Arena, and no kidding, you can't play together, so ping didn't matter. What? You're beefing with the game because you can't add Arena, but you can't play together. I'm very confused. What do you mean? Can you not add Arena because they're different, like, servers, like different regions? Like, one's a UK or EU region, one's a US region? You know, yeah. So they don't just do that for ping reasons, Peachy. You know that, right? They don't just do that for ping reasons. It does suck though. Let me add your friends. I know. I get it. It sucks. I get it. That sucks. The only solution is for one of you to change servers, obviously. Duh. I do wish that, like, I understand. I'm trying to think, like, there's so many games where you can add friends and stuff like that to people, like, globally, and it doesn't make a difference. But then you just have randomly, like, mobile apps, or mobile games and MMOs are just like, no, you can only add friends for a region, and that's it. You're done. And it's like, but why? Like, actually, like, what is the... I understand that all the servers are saved in the, in the particular region's servers, but, like, there's a centralized server that stores all your stuff in the first place, like your login details and all that. Why not just store account names for like adding each other and like all the other logistic stuff? Look, I don't understand how this sort of like networking and logic for accounts and stuff works, so I'm not really one to talk about it at all. I'm just like, why? Like, from a player's perspective, why not? You know? Well, I guess we don't know. Let me send Arena energy. Here's an idea, Peachy. Could you not just make a dummy account that you don't do anything on? You get up to a point where you can send friends energy, and then just like log into that account every now and then, and you just send Arena energy on the account you don't play on. You just send them energy every now and then. Or do you need to actively be doing stuff to unlock, to like be able to spend energy? Send energy. Because I'm like, if you just get to a point where you can send your friends energy, just like make a silly account that you don't do anything on, and you just add Arena on that account, and Arena makes one on the EU server and does it for you, and then you're only allowed one account. You're actually joking. You're region locked, can't change regions, and you're only allowed one account. Well, chat, if I ever play Love and Deep Space, ever, I'm so sorry, I'm sticking to the Australian servers because I have friends in those Australian servers and you guys just low on the priority list. Having to remember sending people energy, the boys are hot that. Yeah, I don't care about that though. Look, I'm talking about my IRL, real life friends that I hang out with in person. You guys are great and I love and appreciate you. I really do. Like, you guys are do not take that the wrong way. Do not take that the wrong way. But real life friends wanting to do things with me are right here. And we like, they're right there. Like, you're right, I'm so sorry, I appreciate the hell out of you guys are amazing, and you know what, you guys, like, I'm gonna stop digging myself a grave. I don't, like, I'm just gonna shut up. I can't get out of this, so I'm just gonna stop digging it further. No! That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I didn't say you guys aren't friends. I didn't say that. I said there are people in real life right next to me. Okay, not actually, like, physically sitting here right now, but, like, in person that I do things all the time, and they've been bugging me to play. They've been bugging me to play for ages, and they're on the Australian server. You know who else is on the Australian servers? Me! I'll be on the Australian servers. Do you have to rewind and clip? Timmy will just get the lucky benefit of just being in Australia. Clearly, okay, listen. It's not that Alwina and Peachy are any less friends of mine. It's not. It's that they're at separate parts of the world, so I'm going to prioritize the part of the world that I'm in with my IRL friends. Because otherwise, if I just make an EU, account, I'll only have Peachy as a friend. No one else. And that's not fair to the 17 other people, is it? Not the fudging Xenos. You can do IRL stuff? Oh, of course. If I can do IRL stuff with my IRL friends, I should do online stuff with the non-IRL friends. Is that what you're saying, Tibby? Yeah. So I should give the internet friends some other things too, right? I get you. It's called streaming. And Final Fantasy. That's my defense. I don't know if I've dug the hole any deeper, but I maybe dug to the side to get a stepping stool up. I don't know. Leave it to wait. What am I leaving? Am I going to see the Yellow Jackets? I think I'm going to see the Yellow Jackets. We have a nose for truth. Whatever this Sicard wants, we'll find out. Also, every time I see Sicard, which I realize has only been twice so far, I keep thinking Sigurd from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which, by the way, hated that game so much. The ending was phenomenal when actually everything all pieces together and you do the whole super what's it called? Not the futurist. I mean, it is futuristic stuff, but the ones who came before and the precursors, and you do all that sort of stuff. That's super cool, and I love that. Unfortunately, the other 99.9% of the 100+ hour of absolute filler game is atrocious, and I hated it. But I keep thinking of Sigurd. So if you played Valhalla, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. I can't read your mind. Pika might want to go to bed soon. I don't know. Speaking of Assassin's Creed, actually, this has nothing to do with Assassin's Creed. Completely different companies. Two things I just thought of, right? Thing number one, did you guys hear about the $55 billion Electronic Arts buyout? That's crazy. That's insane. That's a lot of fudging money. And number two, Game Pass prices are going up, and I hate that. Peachy! No! I honestly hate that. Not because it's Caleb. I don't know who Caleb is. I hate that because there are so many boob mouse pads, and I'm just I'm not a fan of that. Also, I don't understand how it's comfortable to have your hand on a fudging lifted up. That would feel so uncomfortable. I don't know. Maybe I'm the weird one here. By way of a first step, I suggest we split up and make inquiries around town. Someone must know this Sigurd. If you could approach the pirates, the rest of us will seek out merchants and adventurers. Of all the lads, they picked him. I guess they did. I'll just leave Peachy behind over there. Peachy's too busy freaking out about boob mouse pads, so we'll just leave her. Oh nope, she's following. She heard me. Scram! Everyone scram! She's listening. I actually have no idea where I'm going. Oh my god, the fudging. I hate how they're nowhere near an Aetherite shard. Or an Aethernet shard, or whatever it's called. I hate that. Hello, pirates, Oh, fudge, I know you. Curious about Sigurd, are you? As am I, my friend, as am I. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save that the executioners experienced a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the thalassocracy permits us to attack only Gallian vessels, yet these have all but vanished from the sea since the Empire turned in upon itself. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken the trading with the East, but the executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine they would willingly abandon the old ways. So then, how are they lining their coffers? Whatever their secret, they're not like to share it with their rivals, but perhaps you'll have more luck. If you didn't hate Caleb so much, you'd be buying it. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. How concerned should I be? I feel like on a scale of not concerned to incredibly concerned, I'd be at about highly concerned. Not like incredibly, not like not concerned, just highly concerned. Oh boy, there's a link. There's a link here. Firefox prevented this site from opening the window. Firefox said absolutely no. Closing that tab immediately. Starzy! What the hell? Starzy, how are you? Hope you're doing well. How was Karma the Dark World? I've never heard of that before in my life. How are things? How's stream? Guys, if you don't know me, I'm a Johnny. I play a variety of games, and by a variety, I mean a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. And other things. How are we? How was stream? So good. Wait, hold on. I have an idea. Guys, I'm not going anywhere. I promise I'll be back in like half a second. Guys, for the Raiders, this is my bird Pika. This is him. Say hello, Pika. He is my baby. He is everything. Hello. Bird, yeah. Played the whole game in one sitting and your brain is twisty. What's it about? And was it long? I'm imagining it wasn't if you played it in one sitting, because I know you don't stream for like 12 hours. Also, by the way, if any of you in chat don't know Starzy, Starzy is an amazing person, wonderful streamer, does a lot of cosplays and artsy stuff as well, and also plays games, obviously. So definitely go say hi to her, if you have not already. Pika, what are you doing? You just... Good bed. He needs to go to bed soon.
Lizard.
Lizard. Oh, I've been looking for more horror games to play. Horror is one of my favorite genres ever. Oh wow, so a long stream for you then. Well, good job on getting it
Lizard.
done. Lizard. Guys, hate to break it to you, Pico is not a lizard, by the way, just in case there was any confusion. Yeah, no, it is spooky season. I'm usually every year for October, I play a bunch of spooky games the entire month. So I've been looking at what to do this month, and I'm currently sitting at like the Dead Rising remake because I have that. But I'm like, is it really spooky? It's got zombies in them all, so it's definitely horror themed. But I'm like, I don't know if it's spooky enough, you know? University of Brain, thank you for stopping by, Starzy. Thank you for the raid. Go enjoy your post-stream things and your rest. Thank you for being here. I realized that was just to give Pico a bath, but I'm taking the drink anyway. Hello, hello. Should we DM me a screenshot in the... Do I want to see it, Alwina? Do I want to? Hello? Yeah? Do you not want to be here? Do you not want to welcome the wonderful Raiders? I guess you already did. Okay. He is wanting me to put him to bed. I'll be back in like 2 seconds. I'm just going to really quickly put Pika to sleep. So I'll be back really shortly. Like so short, I won't even like put on the be right back screen. Okay. I'm still here. Everyone say goodnight to Pika. If you don't say goodnight, I'll know. I can read the chat. I'll do it. Bye, Pika. Wow, none of you said goodnight to Pika. I'm disappointed in all of you. Especially all of you. No, the link opened, I opened it and went, I'm gonna close that like immediately. No, Firefox said we're not opening this, are you sure you want to open it? But like I pressed yes and then immediately regretted my decision, so like, you know. Hi Roswin. You want to know about Sickard? He's a wily one, is what he is. Found some clever way to make coin. They said, well, I don't know why I'm doing this voice. And they traded it for Moonsket's place at Old Hilferside. It was a timing race for executioners for our pick of the Empire's fleet, but the galleons are gone and them days with them. On the which we've all had to look for the other ways to make ends. I'm getting sick of this voice. Not that we sirens are struggling, we do well enough guarding fishing boats and the fishbacks and other beasties. Get the first pick of the produce for our trouble, see? Quality stuff at the bargain price. This we pass on to our sisters as can't sail on account of getting old or wounded or with child, and they cook it up to sell for a pretty profit. Simple. She's got a deeper voice than you. I mean, do you want me to make it higher pitched? Like, I don't think I can do that very well, right? Like, here's my thought process. If I try to like voice a woman and make her high pitched, I just sound really. I feel really bad about that. It feels wrong. It feels like sort of like misogynistic to an extent. But if I just go really gruff, like deep pitch, it's just funny. It's just a haha joke. It's a bit. I'm giving her a little bit of a I miss the old days, like kind of. You know what I mean? Also, I can't do a high pitched voice very well either. So like it's just all negatives and no positives, you know? I miss the old ways, don't get me wrong, but when I see the girls with their little ones, I think to myself, a life of peace and quiet ain't all bad. Also, because I don't want to talk like this, because I sound like a chipmunk. Oh, Elmo. Woohoo. No, wait, that's not Elmo. That's Mickey Mouse. That's the one I was thinking. I don't know why I said fudging Elmo. Anyway. Moving on. What's down here? Main quest again. I see. Is Peachy still, like, waiting on the upper decks? I have no idea where Peachy is. Peachy probably teleported to the Marauders Guild and just stayed there the whole time. I know what you're doing, Peachy. I know. I say everyone who's returned. What do you mean everyone? I left. You two stayed here. I came back. Would I like to go first? I mean, not particularly. Like, every time in high school, they're like, would you like to go first? Like, no. And at uni, no. Just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sigurd turned the execution's fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to a tavern keeper I spoke to, the crew have been indulging themselves as never before, but no amount of drink seems to loosen their tongues as to how they're coming by their coin. My immediate tinfoil hat theory, the Garleans are paying them off. They've got support from the Garleans. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harbour Herald. The publication has been investigating a secret of the executioner's good fortune and making little headway. Plainly, the executioners do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. It has to be getting bribed by Garleans. There's like no other reason. None. It's the only explanation. The only one. Really quickly, I'm going to change my chat setting. Not my chat setting, my settings for something really quickly, because... Can I do that? No? I mean, I can, it's not what I want. Chat, I'm trying to fix the thing, and if the thing's not working... Why can I? Because it's not. There's like a setting I'm trying to change with my bot, because my bot like had a bit of a change, and I'm like trying to unchange the change. Ah, I figured it out, guys. Okay, what was I in the middle of? I forgot. Wait, I actually don't like the setting. I want to change it. Sorry, I know I'm in like the middle of streaming. I understand this. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled video game. I still think the Garleans are buying them off. I think I know why. In the course of making inquiries in the Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to mind. Just as the executioners began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystal went into sharp decline. A sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contacted Hori Boulder, who's been watching the movements of the beast tribes, and my suspicions are proving correct. Despite ever-worsening relationships between the beast tribes and thalassocracy, neither Titan nor Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting the kobolds and Sahagin lack the means in which to summon them. They're stealing crystals? All indications point to that conclusion, though we have no hard evidence as yet. We must investigate further. How do we proceed? I have an idea about that. In fact, I've already taken the liberty of making certain provisions. I guess we're gonna go, words are hard. We're gonna go find out where the stash of crystals are, chat. And no, we're not talking about those crystals. During my inquiries, a disgruntled merchant informed me a wholesaler of crystals has arrived in Limsa, offering wares at prices far undercutting the competition. I was able to gain introduction and will shortly pose myself as a potential buyer in a bid to establish the crystals. Okay, like, so here's the problem with this, Alphino, right? Here's the problem with this. You are a scion of the Seventh Dawn. Everyone knows who you are. You're not gonna pose as a fudging buyer. People aren't dumb. They know you. They know your face. Get Alizé to do it. No one knows about Red Alphino. The man is due to be at Ocean's Embrace in Lower Lenosha shortly. I suggest we make our way there at once. No, get Grahatir to do it. No one knows who he is. He's a new kid on the block. No one knows him. Actually, wait. Why would I do that when I can get there for free and I think faster? I think it's faster to go outside the gate here. Yeah. It's definitely free compared to the Lower Lenosha trouble. And we like free. I Alpha no. That appears to be our merchant. He looks the most suspicious looking merchant. You're sitting there in the middle of the night, standing alone. If he truly is in league with the executioners, he will surely be wary of those allied to the Admiral. The signs exactly! But no one knows who Grahatir is! Compared to yours and Mimley's, mine is an unfamiliar face. I love this game for actually fudging thinking of things. For being smart. Game's perfect. Graha's right, and even if you aren't recognized on sight, you look too genteel to be mixing with society's underbelly. Very well, I shall leave it to you, Graha. Graha, more like haha, he was right. Got business with me, Catboy? Oh my god, Catboy. You're the crystal wholesaler? He told you that. That's the fudging dumbest face that I am, but you're no merchant, so what do you want the crystals for? Just point at your staff, like they're literally made of crystal. Like, surely that does a good explanation. Don't look at us, you idiot. You give yourself away. Oh, I see. You're a weaponsmith, am I right? And you need crystals to make staffs like that fine specimen you've got there. He looks so clueless! That's right, I am indeed a weaponsmith, and I use not but the finest materials. I bid you show me your wares. Well, we don't just invite anybody to our storehouses. It takes time to establish trust, you understand. Look, I have a large and urgent commission. If the quality is satisfactory, I'll not quibble over the price. He's the most conspicuous. He really is. He is like so obvious. He's so obvious. But that's what makes it good. Because A, he's getting away with it. B, it's just kind of funny. And C, I don't know. See, I don't know. It's just, Graha's great. Alright, it's plain there's no ordinary crystal adorning your stuff, so I'll make an exception. Come with me. Oh my god, that kid's gonna get fired. He's not a kid. He's gonna get fired for this. He lets in one person. One person without going through the proper procedures blows the whole operation. He's done. Okay, where is this operation? Cedarwood. Near the place and the things with the stuff. I can see Peachy from here. That's crazy. Look at that little... You see that little speck, guys, there? That the little dot right there? That's Peachy. Look! She's on a mount now! That view distance is insane! It definitely did not used to be that big. Hey, Peachy. They increase. Well, that's what I mean. They increased it, but I didn't think they increased it that much. That's huge, and I love it. I love it. Cause like what it like is in display settings, or it's probably graphic settings. Like what was the original view distance? You know what? I'll never know. I'll never know. They went into that tunnel quietly now. Peachy is just like, what's quiet? I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run in there with my giant mouse. Are they gonna summon something themselves? Surely not. Oh no, it's their warehouse. They're selling it to people. Unless. You won't find any finer, especially not for the price. Indeed, I would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap? There's nothing unlawful about them if that's your worry. They're from Ogamoro, if you take my meaning. Oh, they just straight up confessed. Stuff's as pure as it gets, you won't be disappointed. So, how much do you want? Surely he's gonna buy some, right? Surely. Ogamoro, taken from the kobolds just as we suspected. Uh-oh. We've been spotted! That's enough. Shut your gobs and turn around slowly. Is that Sigurd? Guys, I think we found Sigurd. Wait, why is Gahatia involved? He was so innocent. He had nothing to do with this, guys. I didn't even know who he is. Gahatia, who's that? I'd be so bad. I'm Sigurd, acting captain of the executioners. No need to introduce yourselves. We know who you are. Scions. And we also know who you've been chatting to the Admiral. Got ears and eyes everywhere, see? Comes with being the only true pirate crew left in Limsa. So we've established you're here to buy crystals. The question is, what are you here for? Wait, he doesn't know? You were bold to reveal yourself to us without knowing our objective, but that would explain your swift rise to power. Would it? You have spoken plain, and I shall return the favour. We came here to learn why the executioners oppose the Admiral's will. And we have our answer. Should Limsa make peace with the kobolds, you would lose the source of your newfound wealth. That's right. Just to remind you though, we ain't breaking any rules here. The law forbids us from attacking any vessel not flying the Imperial flag, but it doesn't say anything about beastmen. Only reason we keep our operation nice and quiet is because we don't want no one taking our business. Yeah, they're not doing anything illegal. Wait, just listen to the end, will you? For what it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and yours. Her especially. That's me. While the Maelstrom was worrying about dirtying their fancy red clobber, you lot stormed Ugamoro and battered Titan himself. Raised a mug to you when I heard the news. And now we're following in your footsteps, making sure the beastmen never summon their gods again. Practically your successors we are. You really can't argue with this logic. Except for, you know, the racism. The really blatant racism. When there were still Imperial ships about, we did our bit for Limbs and went after them. But with the Guardians gone, there's no one left to play our trade on except the beastmen. So let us have that. It's only fair. Contentious though some may find your views, it is true you've broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Admiral's face, unless the acting captain of the only true pirate crew left in Limsa has some other cause to hide in the cave. Well said indeed. Alright, I'll meet with the Admiral. I'll even provide the venue, the Estelicia. I trust she won't turn down the invitation. Is that like is that a ship? Is it a boat? Gotta be. Bam, bam, bam. Oh my god, look at all the material I don't care about, guys. Isn't that crazy? I thought myself the hunter, but it turns out I was the prey. A timely reminder that the pirate powers of Limbs are not to be trifled with. Poke Bonjour says not suspicious Magios in chat. Magios, excuse me, where are you? Did I say Magios? Is it Magios? Fudge. I'm second guessing all my pronunciations today. It's fudging not suspicious Magios. That's so funny. Hi Magios, how are you? If you're lurking around. All's well that ends well. Gahatia's timely provocation has the desired effect, and Sigurd has agreed to a meeting. Let's hurry back to Limsa and pass on his invitation to the Admiral. Hi Magios, how are things? Have I seen that's on a Zervan character? Yeah, no, I assumed, because I was like, not suspicious Magios, that's a new name. That's like, I saw that and I was like, that's a new account, right? Haven't even made an adventure plate. Yeah, Zervan, there it is. That's Zervan. That's fudging, yeah. Yeah. That's so funny. I'm like, yo, so you're here to join the free company? I could actually send you an invite to the free company, I think. That'd be crazy. Wait, I can't? Can you not send a free company invite through the... View party finder? This player is no longer... I don't know how that works. You could if you were still there. You logged in, poked me, and left before you even accepted my friend request. Wow! Unable to add to friend list of players offline. Actually insane. Popped in just to give me a poke. Can't believe you right now. I'll lie. I can believe it. You would. You would. Actually, what? White Mage is so close to leveling up. I think I'm just gonna complete this as White Mage. You have enough in your plate with one ult to manage? So why did you make this one then? Did you literally just make this ult to poke me in game and that was it? You got James with Honeybee lately. What? I'm assuming you're talking to Magios. To troll. Well, your fudging did a great job of that. Your companions have already reported to the commander, and will you be joining them? Absolutely. Hello, friendos. Welcome back. What news? We have a meeting. It went rather smoothly, actually. I don't know why. They've been stealing crystals in the kobolds. My thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting. Suffice to say, I accept this invitation, and I would have you join me as my guest. The future of Limsa hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the Silence present to bear witness. Oh, they're all angry at us. Good luck, Magios. Good luck. This feels kind of ambushy, to be honest.
Look who's come crawling!
It's a voice cutscene. Why the fudge are we a traitor?
You can shove your piece.
God forbid we want to stop killing people.
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sicard, acting
It's
captain
Sicard?
of the bloody executioners at your service.
I preferred Sickard.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
I keep forgetting Melvib has a different voice actor because I prefer her Realm Reborn one. And this just her new one just they don't do a bad job. I just feel like it doesn't fit Melvib's. I don't know. I just feel like her voice just sounds different and it throws me off every time.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the beastmen.
No.
Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
See, this is why it's really difficult to, you know, build a nation on pirates. You're literally building a nation on a bunch of people who like to break the law and do things like in secret behind people's backs, backstabbing. Like, you're not... It's a bad idea. It's just a bad idea.
Too bloody right!
Pirates till we die!
What we want, we take!
Yeah, I don't know, TB. This one just, it doesn't feel right, you know?
Piracy has no place in our future.
That's very fair. Very fair, Magius.
What'd she say?
Oh, they got shocked. They're
Pirates have
stunned.
no place.
Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did.
Yeah, no, fair enough, Bagos. You make sure that if they're not feeling well, you do the you don't do the trolling. You know what? I'm not wording properly. You do what you need to do.
But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom.
Piracy's not
When
required.
they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling
As
to
you
the
mentioned,
old
I know I
ways,
saw that.
this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. So we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance then.
This was such a powerful speech by Melvib. I agree with it 100%. I have a feeling these guys are just gonna lose their fudging minds. They're not gonna like it. They're gonna be so mad.
Or shall we
Lizard.
embrace
Fudging
change
lizard
and
turbo.
thrive like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to
I was wondering
prosper
where
in
that
the
was.
coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship.
Peachy!
And the Kobold
You've
and
ruined it.
Sahagin our crewmates.
You've ruined it, Peachy. You've ruined it. those guys are reconsidering things, but the pirate leader's going to be
Rousing
mad
words.
and hate it, and then they're going to go
Might
behind his
even be
like
some
join his
truth
back
to it.
again.
But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just because you say so.
I love this logic though, like, you're probably true, but screw you because I don't know any better. Like, that's literally what he said. Mutiny? No, Turbo, we don't want the mutiny here, Turbo. We don't want the mutiny here, because these guys suck. They suck. We don't want the mutiny. Also, hi again. I don't know if I said hi before, but hi.
Still, we're all the Mincins here and no one wants a war.
Oh.
So where does that leave us?
Where does that leave us? They don't want a war. You're calling for a mutiny of the stream. And how, pray tell, do you plan on doing that, Turbo?
Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That
Pika
true?
take over. Pika oh no, Turbo, you missed it. Pika was I showed Pika right at the start of stream, and right when Stasi raided. People in chat got 2 good looks at the cute baby today. I gave him scritches on camera and everything, and you missed it. You missed it, and that's sad.
If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
Yeah, Turbo. You missed the baby. It's okay, because come Sunday when the daylight savings thing happens, Turbo, it'll be brighter at night when I start stream, so people will be more active and around. Oh my god, is it gonna be a duel? Are they gonna do a duel?
A duel.
They're gonna do a duel?
Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
Oh my god, she's gonna do it. She went from piracy has no place here to, actually, we need to do a duel because that's what pirates do. Chat, before the duel starts, Twitch is about to start some ads. So when I get a chance, this cutscene's gonna get paused. Fudge, the ads! They've already started! No! Please give me a text box so that I can just hold on. Please. They're not gonna give a text box that I can hold on? So sorry to everyone who's in ads right now. I can't do anything about this. You guys are just gonna miss it. Please, someone do a text box. I'm so sorry, everyone in the ads
This
missed the
ain't
duel.
over. Not till one of us is dead. Finish the job, or I will.
Oh, what, dude? You can't interrupt the duel like that. Is it the captain? Is it the leader of the executioners, the actual leader?
It's the captain!
It is.
Captain Ilfir.
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
Okay, great. Now, before anyone else misses even more of this cutscene, we're gonna go into the actual ads. He looks like Ganon. You're so right. He does. He is Ganon. Captain Ganon. Okay, we're gonna go into the actual rest of the 1 minute of ads before people miss more of this cutscene. So I'll be back momentarily. So sorry to everyone who's in ads and missed that. Not my fault. Blame Twitch. I'll be back soon. It's canon that he's Ganon and he's firing a cannon. Hello, so sorry to... Wait, no, my mic's not muted. So sorry to everyone stuck in ads. Wilrex, hello, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Thank God you are free of ads too. Usually I like to actually, like, have a break, like, when the ads go so people don't miss anything. But this cutscene just kept playing when the ad started. And the jewel was, like, kind of cool, and I'm sorry to everyone who missed it. It's done. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone from ads. I'm so sorry. But Ganondorf is here. Is it Ganondorf? Is that his name? I think it's Ganondorf, but I don't remember. I usually just call him Ganon. Everyone calls him Ganon. Anyway, Ganondorf is here, doing a reverse mutiny by taking over as second in command, question mark? No cannons have been fired. Peachy, let me have the pun, okay? It's canon that he's Ganon and he's firing a cannon. Let me have that.
Captain.
Ganon is pigman, Ganondorf is human. What? No, they're what? No, they're the same. They're the same. They're just they're the same. They're the same, right? They're the same. Punk. By the way.
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed.
10 forms of chocolate nearby numbers. Well, wait, if none of them sound good, maybe I can have. Give me chocolate. I ate all my chocolate early in the week.
Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew with a good ship Limsa Laminsa.
I'm so glad their captain has some fudging sense.
At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point?
Aww.
Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay?
I love this. This is sweet.
Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
Losers! I mean,
You're bloody idiots is what you are.
I wasn't far off.
Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. Be anything you want.
The last ditch effort, you're making some hot cocoa mix and instant chocolate pudding with a top of whipped cream. That does sound really nice. You know what would make it better? Chuck some actual chocolate into that as well.
We're pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom!
What, Magius? You have custard syrup cake? Why do you guys have cool things? You know what I have? I have some chips. Which is still good. They're good chips. They're, Red Rock Deli chips. Not sponsored. But I don't have much else.
So hold fast to that.
I've
Let
already
the
had some.
brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate!
Okay, so for all you non-Australians,
I made ye me right hand because I saw something in ye. And I still do. You have the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief.
and this is not an attack on Peachy either. This is just a legitimate thing that's like, I've realized
Gentlemen,
that-
this is Democracy Manifest.
I'm getting to that, Turbo. Retsky, hello, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I'll get to your question. I mean, I won't get to your question. The answer is yes, I remember that. I love the idea. Continue. So for all of you non-Australians in chat, when we say chips, we could mean hot chips, we could mean crisps, we could mean fudging either of those. It depends on the context. The context being, everyone just instinctively knows if you're talking about the hot food or not. That's the context. You can just kind of tell. So I'm like, oh yeah, we've got chips out here, and that's it. Like, Instinctively, I feel like most people would understand I'm talking about the crisps. Yeah, chips, hot chips, and fries. But usually we don't specify hot chips. We just know if we're talking about. Like, you can go get some chicken and chips from KFC. We know that's hot chips. You can get chips from the supermarket. You know that's probably crisps. Frozen chips, well, obviously that's the hot chips, but they're like frozen versions. Like, it's all context dependent. Hot dog and chips? Okay. Fun fact for those of you who have not traveled to either the US or Australia and been to like both of them or like whatever. Like, some of you will instinctively know what I'm talking about. Some of you won't. I went to the US and a few years back, and we went to like, I think it was Disney World or something like that. Or Disney World or the fudging Warner Brothers version in Orlando, whatever. I fudging forget what place it was. But we got a hot dog and chips, and I was like, great, I'll get a hot dog and chips. Every Australian, when they think hot dog and chips, Tibby, what do you think when you know, you're Australian, Turbo, you're Australian. What is in your mind when someone says a hot dog and chips? What do you think? We don't do hot dogs, often cold dogs, yeah, but like sausages. Fries? Fries, acceptable answer. Acceptable answer. You're half American too. Hot chips. Yeah, that's the answer I was looking for. Hot chips. Me. It's obvious Australians, the Australians here. Well, actually. But yeah, hot chips. You get hot chips with fish. You get hot chips with hot dogs. You get hot chips with potato cakes. Potato cakes as well being very different to potato chips. I want to make that very clear for anyone who's not Australian, just in case that doesn't make sense to them. But the point is, if you're getting hot food and chips on the side, the chips on the side are usually the also hot food. Because hot food and hot food together makes sense. I went to fudging Disney World or wherever, and they gave me crisps. Why do I want a fudging side of like fudging crisps with a hot dog? But yeah, as Timmy says, there are crisps as a side for everything. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. It's cheaper for them. No, it's not, though. I don't think hot chips would cost them much more than crisps to make. I really don't. We're talking potatoes here. They're not exactly expensive. You're saying to your family the go-to lunch was a sandwich, a side of crisps, and a pickle. But see, that's different because a sandwich isn't hot food, necessarily. You can get, like, warm sandwiches or whatever, but, like, they're usually not. So that kind of makes sense. You're thinking party food. You're thinking, you know, sandwiches. You're thinking finger food, crisps. That makes sense, right? Warm food needs to be kept warm. Magios. Magios. Hot dogs need to be kept warm. What do you... If they're serving warm hot dogs that they are making in their little kitchen with their fryers, they can also make hot chips in their kitchen with their fryers. You have chips, you have fries, chips, both hot and crisp. Yeah. Same, but we just call them all chips because everyone just fudging instinctively knows. Like, when you go to McDonald's and you get your fries, like, yeah, a lot of people call them fries, but it would not be inaccurate to call them chips as well. Though, fries is more correct than that, because they're the thinner cut ones. So, yeah, fries. But then, every other chip is just chips. And everyone just knows what that means. It's all about terminology. So fair. If you say chips is what you call crisps, you should ask for french fries. Yeah, see, that's, like, I get that, Alwina. However, Australians just we just instinctively know what chips you mean. You'd argue chips do not equal fries. And I would also agree, like, that's a very valid thing. But the difference between chips and hot chips and fries is just fries are thinner. That's it. That's really it. KFC is chips. Macca's and Hungry Jack's have fries. No. Wait. It's not that they're thin, it's that they're fried. TB, I can get behind your argument. I won't argue with that. I feel like that's a valid argument. That's fair. That's fair. I can agree with that. Hungry Jack's chips, you sure? I don't know what your Hungry Jack's ones offer though, because our Hungry Jack's recently changed. No, Redsky, Hungry Jack's. It's like Burger King. It is Burger King, but a different name because of franchise. I'm gonna jump back to your message earlier. Those immune to magic in a game setting, how about the trade-off of being immune to magic means if they have to take a certain amount of damage in a fight, they lose their hit die for a number of days until they're healed? What? Oh. I mean, it's not really a... It's a good long-term counter, but when you're... See, the problem with that, Redsky, the problem with that is that they're still incredibly overpowered in a fight. And when you're talking a single encounter, being immune to magic is not going to make much of a difference in terms of your one hit die lower. Like, you're immune to an entire fudging section of damage. Overpowered in magical fights. But yeah, it's not just fudge your fireball though. It's fudge your fireball, fudge your natural characters magical abilities, like if you've got a breathing flame as a dragonborn. It's fudge your magical weapons if you happen to carry magical weapons. It's fudge every single advantage that anything magical can give you as you level up as a character. And you're stuck with the very base level 1 abilities plus your proficiencies, and that's all you've fudging got. And that is rough in a fight. Yeah, an arrow to the guts is great, but like that, you're talking a normal non-magical bow with a non-magical arrow and no magical effects. That's just... I'm not saying I hate the idea of immunity to magic. I think that'd make a great tough enemy. I just don't think the balance is in lowering the hit die for longer things, because that's not really a balance for an encounter. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about, Redsky. I just think that it needs to be a balance within an encounter rather than over a range of several days / weeks / however long it is. But that's just me. Not all chips are fries, some are more chunky and they are chips. Any chunkier they are wedges. I disagree on that. It's not the chunkiness that makes something a wedge, it's the fact that it's shaped like a wedge. Shocking, I know. But no, Hungry Jack's here recently changed their chips. So they used to have fries, they made them thicker cut. So they're still fries, they're just thick cut fries now. KFC absolutely has chips though, because I mean, that's softer than fries. I don't really call them fries. They're just not fries. And Timmy, this is why I can get behind your argument that chips aren't fries, but because they're so similar in terms of like, where is the line drawn between whether something is a fry or a chip? Because you can make it bigger, you can make it longer, you can make it softer. They're still, KFC chips are still fried. They're still fried, but they're just different. They don't fit the normal fries. So like, where's the line drawn? You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, you can use them interchangeably and I'd accept. Well, maybe not interchangeably. Fries are chips, but chips aren't all fries. You know what I mean? Burger King fries are a tad chunkier. Oh, ours are much chunkier now. They used to be a little tad chunkier, but now they're much chunkier. People who are immune to magic don't go into adventure screaming, I want to be a wizard. That's not what I mean, though. Yeah. I feel like, Retsky, I feel like the best balance, to be completely honest with you, I feel like the best balance for immunity to magic is going to be not letting a player have it. It's going to be a rare, difficult type of enemy that the players will have to overcome as an encounter. And that would up the difficulty rating of an encounter, the challenge rating, whatever you call it. And you might want to introduce another balance for that encounter. If you really want to make it a player type thing, then I do think your previous idea that we discussed earlier to the immunity of magic will also be the immunity of any magical things to benefit you. That's the other direction you got to go. If you are as a player immune to magic, you also need to be incapable of using magic. I mean healing potions. I mean magical, well, maybe not magical weapons and armor. Maybe you might want to make an exception for that. But healing potions being like any sort of magical benefits, any sort of buffs, any sort of anything like that, you need to also not have. That's your counter. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I'd say that is the counter, not the hit dice thing. Right? But even then, it's probably still need more tweaking. Play testing, that sort of thing. But I think that is the counter, is the good counter. Maybe not even magical armor. Maybe that might be nullified. Magical weapons might work, though. Because it's the weapon itself. The armor, I don't know. It depends how you want to use it. But anyway. An army of wizards encountering null-bomb bandits? Yeah, that'd be terrifying, absolutely. Which is why I think it works really well for NPCs and enemies. players, it makes it much harder to balance though. Chat, you can't beat chippy chips. What are chippy chips? Burger places tend to have fries, chicken places tend to have chips. This is true. I agree with this. That's a fair point. But not always. Not always. I've been to many burger places that have chips, not fries. Snitz has chips and not fries. I think Grilled does chips and not fries. But they're also that like sort of kind of middle ground. Because they're a little more crispy. The line is really blurry. We've still got the best chip seasoning with chicken salt. Yes! Oh, Pumpkin would absolutely take it. Zombies just sent you a Valorant meme. Of course it wouldn't work, it's magical. No, but what I mean is it's like, do they nullify magic just by being around it? Or is it just that magic doesn't work on them, right? That's the difference there, is you need to define what is it about their nullifying capability. Do they have like a bubble around them that nullifies magic? Or is it just that they personally do not get affected by magic? Because if it's a bubble around them, then magic weapons won't work, magic armor won't work. If they touch someone else, does their magic stop working? That's the question you need to answer. But if it's just magic doesn't affect them, then that might mean magical armor might work and magical weapons might work. Potions won't though, and buffs and stuff on them won't work. But that's the other thing you need to consider, is to what extent does the magic interact with their surroundings? Immediately, of course. UK chip shop chip. See, those are chips, Peachy. That link. I'd say those are chips. But if you make them a little thinner, they could just be thick fries. Like, where is the line? Where is the line? I don't know what that is, Magios, actually. We're talking about chips so much, when I took a drink of my water, I was shocked by the fact that it wasn't salty.
It seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
But that makes sense though, Redski. I agree with that, because the barrel isn't magical. So yes, someone can use telekinesis on it. I get that. My question is more, if they are holding a magical weapon, are the magical properties of any objects they touch nullified? Or is it just that magic won't work on them, so if someone stabs them with a magical weapon, they'll just take the normal piercing damage and not the magical damage? Okay, so they can also nullify anything they touch. You need to also think about then what that means if they go around and they can just touch a wizard and suddenly the wizard can't use their magic either. Is that something you want? Like, it's stuff to consider, right? Because that could also be really powerful too. Not only would magic be immune to them, but you could touch a wizard with mage armor and suddenly their mage armor's gone. It would be terrifying, but that's the next level of, you gotta balance that too, because that could be really, really powerful. Especially if you're talking a fudging monk or a barbarian. A monk or a barbarian nullborn, right, can really get in the middle of close quarter combat with literally anyone, and it's one thing, because remember, it's one thing for a wizard's magic to not work on them because they're immune. It's another thing for a fudging barbarian with a fudging +5 strength to grapple a wizard, and suddenly that wizard can't do anything for the entire rest of the combat. Because that can get very unbalanced very quickly. It's just something to think about, right? I'm not saying I hate the idea of it. It's powerful and it's scary. But if that is a player that you are playing with, or that if there's a player that has that power, it's just a matter of like really working out if that's too strong and too difficult to balance, or if you need to like step back and it doesn't work for things they touch, right? Because I agree, really cool idea. Maybe there are different levels of nullborns. Maybe there are nullborns where magic just doesn't work on them, and others that they can touch someone and they also have that effect. Maybe the players can't get that one, but the players can get the immunity to themselves. Like there's, yeah. There could be different levels of it too. That's another thing to think about. You lean towards it being banned for play? Yeah. But also, if I was in your position too, if I have something like that in my world, I would also want to let my players also be like that. Because that sounds really fun and cool and like a nice little twist, right? You just gotta realize how strong it might be.
You have my thanks.
Maybe players just get a really low tier of Nullborn. Where they get like a really, really weakened version of the immunity. Would it? I mean, it could. Ooh. It probably could, Gretzky. But it also... Well, no. Would it be easier to balance, though? Because then you'd just be like... You could throw as many wizards at the party as you want, but then the whole fight becomes pointless. Like, why even have a wizard in a fight? Suddenly you're not seeing any wizard enemies. Or the wizard enemies you see are just too easy. Like... Whereas if you have a mix, then a wizard could be threatening to some players still, just not the Nullborn, and that gives the Nullborn an advantage. But if everyone's the party of the Nullborn, then no one has that specific advantage against magic. And there's no room for strategy because everyone can just ignore it, you know? It really depends. Sorry, I know I got sidetracked from Final Fantasy for like a solid half an hour, guys. He's dying! Guys, he's dying.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, it's his what? Or you do Barbarian immune to magic so wizard can cast AoE without dealing with it. Well, that's what I meant, though, Magius, was like, there's the balance to consider, right? Because a Barbarian is already really strong and really good with dealing with mages and stuff because you can get close quarters and the wizard's sort of like limited in their ability to fight back. So if you have a Barbarian who's also immune to magic, then wizards is just like, well, they're just done. That's it. They're dead. You know what I mean? Imagine not liking Power Fantasy. I'm not saying I don't like Power Fantasy. You can definitely have those Power Fantasy moments. I just meant that I don't think it necessarily does make balancing easier or harder. Because most higher tier like difficulty enemies in Dungeons and Dragons rely on magical abilities and magical effects to make the fights harder. So you're missing out on all of that extra ability to balance, right? But I do agree. A Power Fantasy where it's a campaign about bringing down mages and you play as a like magic immune people, that could be really fun. It all depends on what you want too. If the players want like a Power Fantasy where they just beat everyone, that could be great. If they want more of a challenge and more like an opportunity for strategy, it might make it really hard for you to balance, right? There are fates for killing mages, exactly, which would be even more powerful for characters that are immune to magic.
And it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths.
No, he's dying.
Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow.
I guess my perspective, Retsky, is that yes, they hire a lot of muscle, but it's never the muscle that's actually the challenge. The muscle is just the delaying tactic to get in the way. It's a means to an end. It's the thing the party that fights for, and they get through bit by bit while the mage builds up their big plan in the background, and eventually there's a big confrontation with the mage, and that's the strong, big battle that's actually like the important bit, right? I'm not saying I haven't. Or have. I'm not saying I have. Haven't. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't do it right. I'm not saying you can't.
Ahead, no doubt. But
it's just considerations to
steer
have.
us through to the other side.
Yeah, I didn't see Crit Role 3. I started it and got like a few episodes in, and then I just ran out of time. I really, really, really want to keep up with Campaign 4. I really do. Crit Role 4 sounds like it's going to be so good. I know it will be. That's why I want to start it. Guys, in case you didn't know what we've been talking about for the past 20 minutes, it's Dungeons and Dragons. And also chips and fries. Go to town and get your nephew a birthday present. Ooh, what are you getting him? Chocolate. I can tell. Though I had anticipated a duel, I did not foresee that Hilfer would intervene, but full glad I am that he did. 'Twould have been a shame to kill the boy. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson and we've made peace among ourselves. All that remains is to likewise with our neighbours. Oh yeah, a ridiculously tiny amount. And Love and Deep Space was more like an hour ago, but you're right. We were talking about Love and Deep Space as well. This is very true. I also love how after like 500 quests, I finally got level 83 on White Mage. Not sure yet? Fair enough. I actually need to get a couple of friends some presents as well. I need to get, because it was Panthea's birthday the other day. No one tell her I said that. Shh. I need to get Panthea some Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Because they've been really wanting to get into it. They've never played D&D before. They really want to get into it. And so a group of us, Saluna, Salted Potatoes or Salty, I don't remember what she goes by on Twitch anymore, and Panthea all going to play a D&D session, and I'm going to DM it, and it's going to be great. I hope. And then I've got another friend of mine who I don't know if any of you guys know about at all, actually. Captain Kitty. Retsky might know Captain Kitty, maybe. He's my longest friend in real life. I've known him since primary school. It was his birthday recently, and so I need to get him something, but I have no idea what to get him at all. Get you a present? You're getting nothing. Not after that request. You're getting nothing. No. No. Timmy, no. Don't feed the troll. Retsky is the troll. Now, I need to hardly tell you, but any attempt to negotiate with the tribes is doomed to fail unless their minds can first be wrested from the grip of their gods. Don't encourage... No, Peachy, what the hell? In the meeting, we seek to arrange with the kobolds. I would have you free the lead of Titan's influence. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Ere you proceed, there's something you should know. Uh-oh, she's going to confess to something. Some 50 years passed when the Sahagins swarmed at our halls in ever greater numbers. Limsa entered into a covenant with the kobolds. The men shall go to the bounty of the sea, the kobolds shall go to the bounty of the land. An ostensibly equitable arrangement, conspicuously lacking in detail. Inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous, and we took advantage of it, moving in to claim the northern reaches of Lenosha, which the kobolds believed theirs. Bloodshed followed, then bloodshed to answer the bloodshed, and on it went, till every Ilm of Vilbrand spored the stain of our conflict. This is not history, you understand. It is a present, fresh and raw, and with their kindred's blood yet on our hands, we still struggle to regain the kobolds' trust, even should we cure the tempered. Admiral, you speak of obstacles we are like to encounter at the meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why kobolds would agree to a meeting in the first place. And so we must provide a reason. I will restore their stolen crystals to them and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. Wait, they would welcome us into their midst not to speak of peace, but to have you at their mercy. Aye, and given the wealth the crystals will bring, our rages will attempt to summon Titan there and then. Jeez. Turetsky. Yes, it is Mildred. She is here. Guys, please. Meaning a high priest would need to be present, to whom we could administer the cure. Sure thing, Peachy. Thank you for being here. Enjoy your lurk. Go get yourself a birthday present for not for Peachy. Get yourself a birthday present for your nephew, which isn't getting yourself a present either. It's getting your nephew a present. I am a mess. Precisely. Here's the fish I would catch, but he will not be alone. Nay, he'll have guards on him, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Their single death on the kobold side will jeopardize our chance at peace, and there my venture founders. Yet it need not. What if we were to employ the Conqueror's chain? Though we would still have to weaken the kobolds, it would allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact misbid used to take goods and not life? That would serve. Well done, Marshal. I have no idea what they're doing. What is the plan? Guys, what is the plan? What do you think of our strategy? I certainly think it exists. Yeah, untemper some kobolds. That's the strategy. The effects of tempering are cumulative, and we may safely assume the High Priest's exposure to primal influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of ether to reverse its effects, not to mention time. Oh, Retsugi, you know I'm so down for that. You know I'm so down for that. Time during which Alizé would be defenseless. Even should we all look to her protection, I'm not convinced we could keep an army of kobolds at bay. This is feeling very trial-based, kind of, but not a trial with a single boss, but a trial with like waves of enemies. Is that even a thing? I'm wondering why you added the birds to your world. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. It's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it's what Tesleen would do. Tesleen! Had I not followed her example, we wouldn't even have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Vilbrand. The music jump scared me. I'm gonna cure that priest or die trying. No, I didn't. Pika caused it, remember? Pika caused it because Pika kept bothering you mid-session. So what you did, was you got all the Aarakocra killed because one particular bird did something that was against like the gods. What was the reason again, Retsky? What was the reason? Something that literally Retsky named an Aarakocra after Pika. CDO preparations to make for Camp Overlook. We'll join you there and on. Yeah, Pika was the world's greatest explorer, but because they didn't shut up, they all got killed. Rocks fall, an entire race dies. Which race? Are we talking about kobolds or are we talking about the Aarakocra? Yeah, the god was literally just fudging a self-insert Retsky. Okay, great. Yeah. So Retsky used fudging Rock Slide on the entire fudging flying type species in Pokemon. I mean, what? They are, but they're not necessarily like actually physically involved in the world, you know? But you're right, technically. Alphanab wasn't lying when he said I'd be defenseless, so I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be keep you out of harm's way, so leave that to us and focus on your own task. This isn't going to be a trial, it's going to be a solo instance. What am I saying? To make KFC canon? This is so true to me. To be completely honest, it's wildly true. And I really appreciate that. Because you will get people who actually know that you've done something. Like, there are some people there. There is some people in the world who will recognize you're doing something right, not because they see something fantastic you've done or they see something specific, they point out and notice like something. There are some people who will just go, they'll recognize that you've done something right just because it's just how it is and there are no issues with it. And that's what you want. Oh, you're doing a great job. Here's more work. By the way, we're cutting your pay. Also, you're getting replaced with AI in a few months. You're fired. Yeah. The fudging... I saw a stat the other day that suggested that, like, in the next few years or whatever, like, with the rise of AI, 40% of lawyers will lose their jobs because of AI. And I'm like, you've got to actually be joking. AI is nowhere near advanced enough to understand the fudging nuances of the law. Whoever the fudge... I don't know who came up with these theories, these data points. I don't even know how they discovered, like, what their research is. Yeah. And so have court judges. Court judges who have read the AI fudging documents submitted to the court and had to take extreme fudging measures against the lawyers submitting them for not checking their work, submitting a bunch of fudging case numbers and references that do not exist, have completely incorrect, like, meanings and everything, and the judges have suspended their practicing licenses and certificates. I'm not feeling particularly scared that AI is gonna take my job. Not for a while. Don't you have experience with lawyers trying to sneak stuff in? Oh yeah, and they all get punished for it because the fudging courts aren't stupid. Not here anyway. I can't speak for other countries, but we've had several cases. We have had in the past year at least 10 lawyers have action taken against them because of submissions to the courts involving AI documents that have not been checked over. 10 full lawyers with their full practice certificates, some of them partners of law firms. Like, actual full-on fudging senior associates and partners. Well, people won't notice. Judges will. Judges will. The other side will. It's fudging insane. So yeah, I'm not concerned about lawyers losing their jobs. The better concern would be and this is a concern with AI in all fields, the general population thinking they don't need to get professional help, they don't need to hire people, they don't need to seek, you know, people who actually businesses, because they think they can put all their questions into AI and get their answers. That's where the concern really lies, especially in professional fields. You're not going to get fudging expert advice by going to fudging ChatGPT. It's not going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to think you're getting that advice, you're going to act on that advice, and it's going to bite you in the butt fudging like 2 years down the line, and you're going to spend so much money in fees because everything's going to screw you over. Train this teenager to can fight you in 3 months, literally. You only use AI to help you understand certain aspects of world-building you're curious about. There's no writing for you, and your problem is it's not AI. Wait, what do you mean your problem is that it's not AI? It's a virtual intelligence with massive... Wait, what? Oh, yeah, no, that's the other thing. They call it AI because that's the buzzword, and that's what big corporations want, and that's what everyone hears. Everyone knows AI means artificial intelligence. So they're thinking like fudging actual proper, like, you know, intelligent, like, sentient beings that, like, know what they're talking about and they understand everything. It's not even virtual intelligence for Mass Effect. And here's my argument, Retsky, and I feel like you'd agree with me on this one. Virtual intelligence in Mass Effect is pre-programmed to answer certain questions and get the questions correct because they have information in their database that they can specifically point to and rely on and know what they're answering specifically. AI doesn't do that. It doesn't have a database of all known knowledge and answers. It has a fudging language model. It knows what words make sense next to each other in a context, so it spits out words and sentences that sound good. It is a language model for generating written creative works, if you can even call it creative works. But that's what that is. It's there to, it is a model it is a program, a model that makes sentences and paragraphs that sound good. That's all it can do. All it can do is make coherent sentences. It cannot be consistent. It does not have understanding. It does not know what it's saying. It does not fact check. It does not even understand truth from fiction. It doesn't understand any of that. It has no understanding of knowledge. It doesn't have knowledge. It can shove words together to make something sound good, and that is all it is capable of. And maybe it will point... The only reason it does get things accurate and correct at times is because its database has been trained of a bunch of things that just inherently happen to be factual. And so when it spews out all of these words that sound similar to what it has been trained on, a lot of that is going to be factual because it keeps seeing the same data points that are factual. It doesn't do that because it knows it's right. It just does it because that's what a lot of the data points say. That's why AI is bad, and that's why it's so dangerous that people will blindly trust it. Because it doesn't always tell the truth, because it doesn't understand what truth is. So yes, it will lie. It will hallucinate things, and even though people are told this, I never understand it. I get so angry about it. So irrationally, well, maybe it is rationally angry, but I hate it. I hate AI so much, because on top of doing all of that, it also just is a massive, like, harm to the environment. Like we need any more of it. It's just all bad. Thinking of reworking your world map because you still need to hot drop the races and you need to figure out how biomes work? Yeah. I don't know how biomes work either, Retsky. Like, I think I was saying this to you in the past. I just chuck things together that seem to look good. My biomes and my world maps are the equivalent of a ChatGPT. I don't know what actually makes sense. I just take whatever looks good and shove it on the map and it goes, yeah, there's no logic behind this, but it looks reasonable. I am ChatGPT for making geographical maps. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. You got told it can't tell you how to install advanced and then told you how to start a race war because it's fantasy. Yeah, that's what I mean. It doesn't understand anything. It doesn't understand anything. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen it for a while, Retsky, so I might need a refresher. You find it useful for coding but only small chunks? And even then, that just goes back to my previous, like, explanation of, like, the reason it can get things right is because its data points are trained of a bunch of things that are inherently just happen to be factual. Yeah, when you use it for small chunks of code, it's going to generate something that looks like the other 50,000 chunks of code that do the same thing because that's what it's trained on, right? So if you do a small, tiny thing, yeah, that will probably work. Will it be efficient? Probably not. But it might do what you want it to do. But if you want to make a whole fudging program, you're not gonna get it. You tried to use ChatGPT to help you come up with a sneak attack script for Roll20. Doesn't Roll20 have sneak attack, like, inbuilt? You can't even have your macros? No, it can't. Gaboo! There's something important I want to say to the High Priest. Express, state, say, please let me come with you. Are we gonna see Gaboo die? If we see Gaboo die here, this will be absolutely devastating. The first person to ever be cured for tempering, and he sacrifices himself to save us. The reason why it probably wasn't able to help you rescue as well is because it wouldn't have a lot of training data on how to do Roll20 stuff. So it would just have no fudging clue. Sorry, it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me you'll stay here where it's safe, alright? Oh no, Gaboo's gonna ignore that and go in anyway and then die. Rolling dice is so much more fun. I agree. Actually, that game I was talking about with Panthea and Salty and Saluna, we want to do that in person. And that will be my first, well, it won't be my first in-person D&D. I used to do in-person D&D with my family. But it will be my first in-person D&D game with friends. I also find it funny that every in-person D&D game I've made has been one I'm DMing. Which is wild. You missed our stat rolling, which is what were our stat? Oh, you mean you got everyone to fudging watch the stat rolling live? That's so fun. That is so fun. I missed that too, Rutsky. My apologies for the wait. It took time. We've secured our audience. All unfolded as expected. At the mention of my returning the crystals, the kobolds suddenly remembered how keen they were to be reconciled. This is so fun. I want to make that a ritual for when I DM, but the problem is I really much prefer using standard arrays because I feel like it's just much more balanced, and especially the people I usually DM with, or DM for, are usually more beginners to D&D, so I don't want to go into the stat rolling and stuff because it's a lot easier for beginners to learn when you just use a standard array. And it's just more fair that way. But one day I might do roll. And that's so valid too, Redsky. That's so valid too. I like my plays to feel like heroes as well, but the way I do that is I just make combat encounters too easy. I just generally like err on the easy side rather than the difficult side. I am trash at balancing encounters, so I just don't try to balance them. I chuck in a bunch of enemies and sort of like give it a quick look at the challenge rating, go, yeah, this may be a bit too hard, take away an enemy and go, yeah, I'm done with it. You really do, but it's not a bad thing. There's only been one time someone's died in combat, Redsky. With the TPK, and it was me. Was it twice? Who was the... What was the second kill you did? Oh, Locke, that's right. You wish you had an imagination so you could D&D. Do you want to be a player or a DM, Tibby? Because being a player is so much easier to do. Because all you need to do is just make choices. Can you play video games and role-play in video games, Tibby? You're good enough. That's all you need to do. It is still role-playing, but like, you don't actually have to full-on role-play and really get into character and put on a voice and do all that sort of stuff. You don't have to. You can just be a player. You can just treat it like you're playing a video game. The DM can say, what would you like to do? You just give your response. That's all you need to do. Also, to be clear, the character named Locke is not the person in my community called Locke. This is a completely different person. Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't actually have to think of it like roleplay if you don't want to. You can absolutely get into Dungeons and Dragons without roleplaying. The only one I would necessarily like recommend you need to roleplay is as the DM, because you are literally planning an entire world and a bunch of NPCs that you want your characters to interact with. That requires role-playing a lot more. But you don't need to do voices. You don't need to put in like a ton of effort and to make it seem like the most majestic Matt Mercer, Brennan Lee Mulligan fudging experience. You don't need that. In fact, there is a very literal thing in D&D called the Matt Mercer effect, which is where people get introduced to D&D through Matt Mercer and his DMing, or they watch Critical Role clips or whatever, and they get an understanding of how Matt Mercer does things, and they immediately think that they either A, can't DM because they can't be like Matt Mercer, or B, try to be like Matt Mercer way too fudging much because they think that you have to be like him for D&D. And either way ruins the experience. You gave a random Noma voice and I loved it. I don't even remember. That's so sad. And so in the glorious spirit of cooperation, we're to be received by the Patriarch Zada of the Second Order, who awaits our pleasure in the navel. If you're ready, let's proceed to Uganora Mines. Because and this is maybe like a personal thing, but like if you get a good group of people, I really think the standard isn't necessarily, you don't have to be a fantastic DM. You just need to make a game and DM a game that players are going to enjoy playing. You don't need to be perfect, you don't need to be phenomenal, you don't need to be out of this world, you don't need to be exceptional. We all just in this to have fun, you know? And as long as we're all having fun, it doesn't matter. You didn't DM poorly, because the bar for how to DM is you make a game enjoyable for players. That is your only job. Your only job as a DM is to make the game enjoyable for your players. That is it. You have no other job. Just make the game fun. And you can do that any way you want, and any way the players want. As long as the game is fun, you have succeeded. That's it. Hot take. Oh my god, I do remember. I slightly remember that now, yes. It is a solo instance. The Aetherite will bear us to our quarry. Should he make the Summon Titan as I anticipate, we'll hold the ceremony and restrain him. At this, all hells will break loose and we'll have an army of kobolds to entertain till Alzay's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We weaken them and let Enzar do the rest. The Cragmore Castle session is a session where you predicted every player action with Gavson. Was that the Gavson one where we were in the meeting and you had the dude running back and forth tripping the alarm 50 bajillion times? That was a phenomenal session, Retsky. I loved the hell out of that one. You did that so well. If that's not the one you were talking about, you can add your third session to the list. When you're in the band really trying to save the Green Dragon. I'm gonna be honest, I've done Fandle and stuff so many times, DMing it myself, having it DM'd for me. I've kind of forgotten the specifics about your one. I do remember fudging that druid dude being involved. I just don't remember a lot else. Cragmore Castle was so good with the what was it? Was it a djinn? No, it wasn't a djinn. It was the fudging thing that used the doorways. That was really good. That was such a good twist. Stay the course. I spy karma waters beyond this thing. Okay, we're gonna do this, chat. I never look. Oh, sorry, Peachy. I leave now. Actually, do I want to swap from? No, I don't want to swap from tank. We're here to defend Alizé, so we'll continue being tank. Also, chat, I think I'm gonna have an early end of stream tonight too, because I'm getting a little tired already and I have work tomorrow and I'm just so exhausted this week. This week has been so tiring for me. I think all of the stuff with Pika and all of his medical issues and stuff has just caught up to me because I've just been exhausted. So we're gonna finish this thing. We're gonna finish this little instance and then probably just gonna call it an early stream. Yeah. That's the one! Oh my god! That was crazy, Retsky. I do remember us doing more cult stuff than actual dragon stuff, right? Is there just a wrap-up question?
Patriarch.
Is it? Oh, well, then we'll do that then. I'll do that as well then, Tibby.
Admiral of Limsa Laminsa.
Yubby's parents?
I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish.
You wasted Genius Storyline, your most brilliant player. Unfortunate.
The Great Father shall have your soul.
I really thought that was super cool, Retsky. Oh my god, look, they're doing the exact thing we thought they'd do, guys.
Aye, just as we thought.
Now, Alizé! Quickly!
See, I understand they're not killing them, but this still looks like we're attacking them and assaulting them.
We must grant her as much time as we can.
Why did you? Was he always planned to be immature and like not threatening, or was that like a change you made later on? Because it felt like a change you made later on. Like in hindsight, it sort of feels like a change you made later because you realized that it wasn't going to be as good as you wanted it to be.
We must protect Alizé.
Draw the golems to you. Like this. Oh yeah, so fair. So fair. Because you often run, right? Yeah, I was... Honestly, a lot of the things you did made it so... And that would have all, like, obviously we wouldn't have known this at the time, but that would have been an act. I'm snoozing this ad before I get another fudging. Question, was the child always meant to be a fudging halfling in disguise? Or did you actually intend for it to be a child right from the start? Like, how much of Gavson and the child always? So Gavson being evil and that whole thing was planned right from the beginning? Such a good job. The tempering is too severe, I can't finish. No! Alizé, I believe in you. Is Grahatir gonna join in? He's gonna do it. He's gonna join.
Oh, just what we need.
Shoot. Wait, why are we moving? Genuinely, no idea what we're actually doing. Whatever it did, it worked.
There.
The stealth roll is not working for us.
You're in my sights.
I mean, you did a good job of just making it seem like it's just a very stealthy thing. You know.
Here you are, Alizé.
Bomb! Oh shit, there are a lot of bombs. Oh, they move so slowly though, what the hell? I'm not meant to do about these ones.
I need more ether.
Am I meant to take it? Yeah. Oh, jeez, I'm almost dead. Okay, good to know.
Just a little more.
I mean, we didn't get very far in it though, so like nothing really went forward. Stand clear. Storm Marshal, what are you doing? Oh no! He isn't! He's gonna sacrifice himself! I'm surprised he's not dead. It feels like there was only one session, let's be honestly. To be honest, Redsky, I didn't think you were going to DM tomorrow. I thought you were just world building for the sake of it. I need to lend Alizé my ether? Decreasing physical ability? Oh jeez, I'm gonna be so weak. World building is so tough. Melvib, no. Melvib, no. We're not gonna see Melvib die. If Melvib dies right now, I didn't think that'd actually kill off her. Okay, she's okay. She's still alive. She's still alive, guys. It's okay. It's not over. I was considering Red Mage, but I figured because I have to protect Alizé, it probably would have been a much better and smarter thing to... Oh shoot, they're targeting every... Oh, I didn't know what they're going for. I thought they were going after like everyone. Alizé is struggling is what she's doing, okay? She's used so much ether on trying to get rid of the tempering. Oh shoot, I don't want to be in that. Oh, I don't want to be in that either. Oh, I also don't want to be in that. Fretsky. I don't think I got that joke beforehand. I definitely get it now, though. Just a little more ether and I can finish him off. Or finish this, sorry.
Yes, this will do. Here I go.
I love how Alizé's doing this through a fudging flying pig. It's so funny.
Go, Angela.
Yeah, tempering will be reversed when pigs fly. Pigs can fly, yeah, exactly. Pigs can fly and reverse the most fudging and insane brainwashing. I feel like that may have been the actual like point of using the flying pig for this too. That Alizé's like really trying to like beat the impossible, you know? Good imagery if that's the intention.
Did it work?
Hmm.
What?
They're dead.
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
I forgot they just left their fudging bodies there. I forgot about that. That was so long ago.
No. Why would I do such a thing?
Fretsky, no. Is Gabu gonna show up anyway? Even though he said he wouldn't?
Would that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
It's Gabu. He showed up anyway. Gabu! Gabu!
Gabu! What are you doing here?
I think so, yeah, Retsky. Yeah.
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen.
Hear, feel, think. Yeah, the lower the number, the higher, yeah.
The great father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things.
That's a good question, Rutsky. I actually don't know.
But I didn't give in to it. And you mustn't either. There's been too much pain already. So please, end the suffering.
Oh, don't you can word that better. Word that better. It is very much a caste-based society. I just don't know whether like the highest of 3 is worse than the lowest of 2. Like I don't know.
What have I done?
This is so sad because it's not even his fault. Oh, Cat would love it.
We share
He
this
would.
child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples.
Yeah. But we're not sure if the leader of 3 is still lower in the ranking than the lowest of like 2, right?
For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory.
Because like you're thinking one is a leader of their caste, but are they... Obviously they're not as good as the leader of the second caste, but are they better than the lowest tier of the second caste? Or are they still below the lowest tier of the second caste despite being a leader of their caste? Like that's the question. Like at what point does the hierarchy like sort of like, you know what I mean?
It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on.
You did, it was kind of
I
funny.
would see us set aside the past and work
fudge!
together for peace.
Well, at least we didn't miss anything for this one. So I'll be back after the ads. Sorry again, everyone. I snoozed them for the fight and then forgot to snooze them again. I'll be back soon. I need a drink because my glass is actually completely empty. So I will be back momentarily. I don't like that you called it that. No, it's fine. I completely... Yeah, no. I usually don't want people snoozing. I just completely forgot that they were snoozing. It's fine. Doesn't matter. It's okay. Some random sirens are going off in the background, and I don't understand why. Yeah, no, that's it's such a good concept for a villain as well. Because like, I mean, it's not like it's some creative, like, brand new, never before heard of concept. But it doesn't have to be, because it's still a really cool concept, and you can do it so many different ways, right? And the way Retsky's doing it is he's going to be such a very charismatic leader that people actually love and support, and they actually like fall behind him. He's great with the people. He's going to try and make it a little like morally, well, maybe not necessarily morally grey. Are you going for morally grey, Retsky? You're just going for like hard to work out that he is a villain because people love him type vibe. So it sounds like it can be done so well. Also, hi, welcome back, by the way.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us.
No? No peace?
Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty
Big
of the
same,
sea.
TB.
But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke. Unready as we were, what choice had we but to call upon the divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
None. And I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Leminsons, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it.
I want him to, but I feel like it'd be more realistic if he didn't. But also, like, I really want him to. I love how Merweb's like, yeah, this was our fault. That's all our fault.
Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt.
And we'll fix this by changing the pact.
No, we won't.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not gonna work.
Again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation.
Flashbang.
In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Leminsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds.
Is the patch where they stopped calling them beast tribes, and that's why they called them society quests? Is it society quests?
And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead.
While he was an officer in his military, he started gathering loyal followers, recognizing talents, aiming them becoming a force for good to society. After the military, he got to politics, tried to change the kingdom with reform. Had his companions get into position where talents would do the most good. Oh my god. He put his little grubby little fingers everywhere back when he actually wasn't a bad person. And then he's like, now that he is, he's using that. Was tribal quest for a bit and then allied society. Okay. So it went from beast tribes to tribal quest to allied society. Okay. Yeah, he really did, Rutsky. I love that.
In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it.
Yeah, and that's fair too. Like the three main, well, not three main, but the well, yeah, no, the three main like capitals or whatever. They have their own like tribes, but then all this stuff from all the DLC from all the expansions and stuff aren't inherently tribal either. So like that makes sense.
There will be no more man and beastmen. Just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world. if you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us.
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
I love that Gaboo is here to help. I mean, to be honest, I kind of feel like they used to be one and the same. Whether something was called an expansion or a DLC didn't really mean anything, right? But you're right. These days when you hear expansion, it's usually like a huge drop. Like a huge bit of content, like a whole expansion for like an MMO is like the entire new 2 years worth of like story and content and all sorts of stuff, right? But you're right, over time, now it's like expansion is like the big drops, but DLC can be like little minor levels, there can be like bits and pieces here or there, and then you have microtransactions. Those, Hi Chaotic, how are you? Hope you're doing well. It's not how you envision this. Exactly! I mean, I do like Gaboo. I am not against Gaboo's voice. I prefer Melvib's Realm Reborn voice. But this one's okay. Phantom Liberty should be called an expansion. You mean Cyberpunk's one? I still have not played Phantom Liberty. I need to. I actually restarted. I restarted Cyberpunk the other month to play through it again, and I got past the intro thing with Jackie and all that, and then I just stopped playing because I don't have much time to play games these days, and I will jump so quickly from one to the next because I'll just play whatever I feel like. I don't want to keep pushing myself to play a game I'm not in the mood for because I just have so little time. Jackie. This is so sad. I'm so glad that we got to know him well enough. I still feel like I still feel a little bit robbed from the whole montage of doing things with Jackie. I still feel like we got robbed of montage. I feel like a DLC for Cyberpunk needs to explore the time we spend with Jackie more. That would be the ideal Cyberpunk expansion. A prequel bit. The bit with the montage, we get to play some of that. I would love that. But you're right. His death was rough, talking to Misty, and the mother was rough, the funeral was rough. That whole thing is so sad. And they did such a good job of it considering you knew him for such a short time. You need to go to the game shop and buy a box copy of an expansion pack. True. Oh my god. I never actually did that because when I started playing games, a lot of the games I bought didn't have physical... by the time I really got into gaming, which was quite young compared to a lot of people, I think. I was maybe 10 years old or whatever at the time. It was already 2007, and there was already a shift to online downloads and stuff for patches of games and downloadable content. You're right, you still used to go into game shops and buy expansions, but the games I played at that time still didn't do expansions like that at all. It was a PC game exclusive thing. I never played console games, so I can't really speak for the difference. See, Retsky, I would love to do a Sandevistan build. I really would. Problem is, I love quick hacking too much. I love net running so much. I want to make a Lucy build. Lucy's my favorite edge runner character. But they're all so good. David, Rebecca, I love them too. I just like quick hacking too much to do any other playstyle. I feel naked without quick hacking. You know what I mean? Bullet time for me, I've never been the biggest bullet time fan in any video game, to be honest. I can appreciate it when it's there, but I often just don't end up using it. I've never played Stranglehold or Max Payne. Super hot. And when you said super, Timmy, the moment you said super, my mind was like hot. Super hot. Super hot's the exception. That game is phenomenal, but the whole thing is based on movement and bullet time. I think it does it very well.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole. I fought. I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it. However much I might want to.
Which one? Stranglehold? She's giving up her powerful special gun? The one that means a lot to her?
That is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades.
I love the name.
It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die.
Jeez, okay. Yeah, most guns do that. This is true.
Though it isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it.
Jeez, okay. Not only is she being dramatic, she's straight up like, I want peace and I do not care if you have to kill me to get it.
A single bullet to annul the old pact and my blood to write it.
See, Melvin, I don't think, like, I understand where you're coming from with this. I get the emotion and the raw power this is meant to represent. Problem, if the kobold were to just kill you right now, there would be war. the Leminsons would want war.
What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
They're not going to go through with that. He's going to accept the meaning of it and take it, and he's not going to follow through. He's going to point it at her, and then he's going to not do it. He's gonna turn it on himself, isn't he? Big agree, Ratsky. Big agree. Put it into an FPS. Gabu's not gonna jump in front of the bullet, is he? Could you imagine if Gabi fudging jumped in front of the bullet? I would cry. I'd cry so fudging hard. Ah, he just shoots up in the air. His hat? His little hat looking thing? Or do you mean Gabu's covered face helmet?
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gabu does. And I will trust him.
Retsky, no. The K-boy trusts.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
I love their little 3-word bursts that they do. I mean, are any of them? Are any of the voices Retsky?
'Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
But they're only the leader of the Second Order. What if the First Order disagrees? What if the First Order of Kobold says, no, we don't want to be our ally? They're sort of, they outrank the Second Order, right? Right? Would seem we found a way forward with the Kobolds. Next we'll help the Second Order to free the Tempered Brethren from thraldom. Theirs is far from the only order, of course, and it will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the rest, but reach them we will, however long it takes. Yeah, no, so fair. So fair. I'd say it's in your debt, but that has long been true. So instead, I'll say thank you for helping us upload a new course, not only for Limsa, but all of Eorzea. Final quest for 5.4? I think this is the final quest. Features rewritten, is that the name of the patch? Yep. Hell yeah, let's do this. That last quest took fudging 20 minutes, by the way. So this one better be quick.
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
That's fair, Retsky. Did I mention I'm back
Admiral,
in the WoW again?
Something strange is afoot at the floating city.
This is true, Tibi.
Breathe, man. What is it?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
Uh-oh. There's not much for me to stream at the moment, though, Retsky, is the problem, because I'm in endgame content, and I'm just not feeling like constantly doing dungeons upon dungeons upon dungeons on my own. I'd like to play it with people, but the people in my guild and stuff I don't want to, like, necessarily expose to stream and all that sort of thing, so... Even more than my Dragon Age, it has been several long months of playing this game consistently. I'm shocked as well. This is my record for the longest I've stuck with a single game in a very long time. Having said that, I'm kind of feeling like burnout might be approaching. So that's why I'm like stepping a little bit back. I'm not doing it every day. I'm doing it 4 days a week. I might drop down to 3 days a week. I don't want to drop it entirely, but I do feel like playing it every day is a little too much at the moment. No, we do not. Okay. Here's the thing, Retsky. And I can't remember if this was the original intention when we played WoW together, but I really want to do as much of a lore playthrough of World of Warcraft as possible. I actually genuinely want to, with people if possible, want to go through the game and do every quest, starting with the continental quests, and just do all the quest stories. We're doing Outlands, yeah. So I want to do all of that, and I want to do... so I want to do all the continent quests. I want to do Outland. I want to do Lich King. I want to on stream go through every expansion. I really genuinely do, but that's going to be such a long project. It is definitely up there for worst. Personally, Worlds of Draenor is my least favorite expansion ever. At least finished Eden before DST. Before Daylight Savings Time, you mean? I'm not going to be able to do it before Daylight Savings Time because tomorrow night is Community Night, which I can just make Eden if I'm streaming this tomorrow night. I've had a friend, Kale, who some of you will know, who reached out to me yesterday and asked if I want to do anything with her tomorrow night, but it depends on time zones. And if that's the case, because I haven't seen or spoken to Kale in like months, then I might do that tomorrow instead. Saturday I'm not able to because I've got family things. Sunday will be the next chance I get to play Final Fantasy XIV if I can't do it in the next 2 days. That's the only problem. But Sunday is after Daylight Savings Time. Otherwise I would immediately... Eden is literally next on my list. Eden is the next thing I'm going to do. It's just I don't know if I can do it tomorrow. You can watch this, just not join in. That's totally fine, Tibby. It sucks. I get that. And I'm sorry. Because I would prefer if people can join in, obviously. What the hell is this?
A tower. You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits.
Looks elegant?
One moment I was
I
patrolling
don't
as
know.
usual, and the next it was just
That doesn't
there.
necessarily look elegant. I like how you say elegant or however you pronounce it, Retsky. You're not pronouncing it, you're spelling it. It's an A, not an E, but apart from that, it's fine. I think.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it.
I read this looks like a matcha.
What? Understood. Send the Elder
you're
Seed
horde
Seer
now?
my regards.
Decipher that.
The
And also as
communications
part of
officer.
doing the continental
It
stuff, I want to
seems
play
this
every
isn't the
expansion as
only
both Horde
tower.
and Alliance to get their
They've
alternative
sprung
viewpoints
up
as
all
well,
across
which will make it
Eorzea.
even longer to do. This is all over Eorzea? What the hell are they?
Nothing more is
That's
known.
not Allegan.
Only that they appear to be.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's not Allegan.
construction.
Looks
Our
Gully.
allies on the
I don't
Alamegan
even know if it's
front are on
Gully.
highest alert.
Who, Retsky? I don't know what that is to be.
Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
The guy in red.
My
Who's
thanks.
the guy in red?
I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo.
Oh, Catboy.
And may
Oh,
the
yeah, no, I know
navigators
who this
speed
guy
you
is.
on your way.
Yeah. Hush your phone. What the fudge is... sprung up everywhere? Well, it's because so, you know how the Crystal Exarch was him, but having traveled back in time and then being 100 years old and being in the tower? This is him before he went to the future to then be transformed back in time. So this is him in the past being the current day, and he's never been to the first. Does that make sense? Oh, that's an expensive travel. If it was Allegan, yeah, he would. I'm like, that's not Allegan. It barely even looks fudging Gridanian. Not Gridanian. Obviously, it's not Gridanian. It barely looks Gully. Wonder if there are any here.
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once.
It wasn't
We can
floating.
decide what to do about these
I mean, I guess the
infernal
giant crystal
towers.
was, but
Roger preserved!
what is it? What the fudge?
It can't be.
I don't know, what can it be? Is that Bahamut? No.
The palace! After them!
I don't even know what I'm looking at. Part of me is like, is that not the thing that Papa Limo died to stop? Which is Bahamut, question mark? It's been a while. It's been a whole fudging expansion and a half.
You're here,
two
good.
expansions. Is that what it is to be? The thing that Papa Limo died for? Who are you? I see your face, but I don't recognize who you are. Oh, Asahi, duh.
Well, well, well! To be received by
Not
such
this,
an
I guess.
illustrious cast! Why? Even the hero of the piece is
Oh yeah,
here.
by the way, Redsky,
I
it's
feel
fudging
quite
Asahi back again,
starstruck.
except the fudging Asian this time.
Is that Asahi?
You know, the fudging emissary, the brother of the fudging girl that you wanted to step
His
on you.
body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it! Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandaniel, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance.
I wouldn't use that word. Towers, what are they for? Just get straight to the point.
My, straight to business is it?
Mm-hmm.
Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days.
Okara.
To which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
The final days? But it was the Asians who labored to prevent them.
Yeah, back when it was happening to themselves.
You're quite right! Though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion?
Oh?
Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging.
Uh-oh.
Free to use my powers as I see fit.
Uh-oh.
To fulfill my heart's desire.
He's such a theater kid.
And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
You would think with the amount of Ascians we've killed
What?
recently,
Why would you want such a thing?
and at all, that the remaining Ascians would be a little more, you know, careful not to just show themselves in front of me and introduce themselves, like, in front of the literal Ascian killers and just tell me all their plans and, you know, like...
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die!
Oh, sorry, we'll just fall over and die then, just like we did to the rest of you guys.
And
Like,
you! And you!
What a
I
joke.
want you all to die!
Cool.
And I want to die too!
Oh.
Oh, yes!
Sounds like a
I
fudging
want to
cult
die
member.
and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and
He
suffering!
literally sounds like he belongs to a cult. Oh, wait, what's that he's wearing? Is it a cult robe?
I'm different, you see.
I'm different!
From the ancients who clung to dear life, and from
I'm
you.
different. That's so funny. I'm not like all the other girls.
So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment.
What an absolute fudging joke.
Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your perform...
Oh, sorry, I skipped that. I accidentally clicked my mouse. Shall be your performers and this very star our stage. And then we all died. Holy fudging shoot. That kills the Scions. Except me, I guess we're just too strong.
Ah, but I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos.
Of course he does.
While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in them.
Oh, great. Luna Bahamut. I wonder what that connection is to the normal Bahamut.
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
Really? The purple blaze? You think you can deal with that? Okay. Thank goodness everyone's safe. We managed to put out the fire, though not quickly enough to save the garden. Raban, can I leave it with you to send word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit and investigate the tower. We need to find out what it's for. We'll go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest. From what Melvin tells me, you're due some off-time duty. Should we learn anything about the tower, be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. If you need any help, don't hesitate and take care, both of you. Rising stones for the end of the patch, chat, and then tomorrow we'll work on Eden, and then the final trial for the trial story. At least I think it's the final trial. Is 5.5 the final Shadowbringers patch? It is. But it's not the final trial story, though. There's another one later on. Okay. 5.55? Jeez, okay. Trial. You're back too. Good. We received the reports from the Alliance. Since we're all here, perhaps those who bore witness the events in Alamigo treat the rest of us to a first-hand account. Ah, interesting. Okay. No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would all seem tediously predictable but for the endless variety of our foes. This Fandaniel sounds even more unhinged than this patron. Unhinged perhaps, but no fool. For all his pantomime and theatrics, he gave away little about his plot. We only know he intends to recreate the final days and the towers will somehow facilitate this. I think that gives away far too much of his plot, to be honest. He also called his dragon Luna Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. The creature certainly did resemble the Elder Primal. There may be, but the fact that they answer to Fandaniel would suggest they are not one and the same entity. I think it more probable it's some manner of simulacrum born of Ascian magic. Whatever it is, for now we can work closer with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Y'shtola? I've been to see the Sultana. Knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of their temper, I judged it best to provide them with the cure first. As soon as I had sufficiently recovered, I travelled to Uldar and delivered the Porxies to her grace, along with detailed instructions on their use. Welcome back, Peachy. We're just about to finish the stream. How are you? In my visit chanced to coincide with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The immortal flames had been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Amalja when negotiations abruptly collapsed. The Amalja claim a number of their kind have been abducted and that men are responsible. Of course they are. Naught is known of their perpetrators as yet, but as the Immortal Flames went about investigating the abductions, they came across one of Fandaniel's towers. Nice, Peachy. Hopefully he enjoys it. Fudge, I keep accidentally clicking my mouse button. My finger is like itchy. Like an itchy button mouse finger. I was gonna say itchy trigger finger, but like it's not a gun, it's a mouse, whatever. And the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn they are not an exclusively Eolzian phenomenon. According to the Alliance, have been sighted as far afield as Yangzia? What the hell? And it seemed reasonable to assume that they're everywhere. We've simply not found them. It's still the same finger. Actually, no, it's my middle. It's my right click finger, which is my middle one. As you said yourself, we can do little for now save remain vigilant, and since we're dealing with a dragon, ostensibly at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of an authority on such foes. What mount? Peachy, what do you need as a mount? Estinian! Estinian, now just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lance, I'd be the first to welcome it, but the truth is, we'll struggle even to find him. You let me and Kra worry about that. We'll sniff him out no matter where he's hiding. A former friend of yours got banned from Burroughs because he tried to sell a shirt with your face on it? I'm very glad that didn't happen. Because that... it sounds like a breach of privacy, and, you know, yeah, not because of that. Oh, okay. I am concerned to ask why, so I won't. Oh no. What a fudging jerk. Why are people like that among us? Sorry. If indeed he is hiding, we have ways of locating him regardless. If there are no objections, we shall depart at once. Oh, I'm not looking at 14's Twitter because I don't want to spoil myself. Like, I'm still following it, but I don't look at any of their posts. Jeez. That's the other thing as well. People like that will legitimately just think they've done nothing wrong either. They'll think that they're in the complete right. And it's just like, you're joking. It probably never even crossed his mind that you would actually ghost him. He probably just said it to sound good. And didn't expect you to follow through because he didn't think it was even an option. Like... Rather than sitting around, I think I might go to each of the sea states and introduce them, educate them in the use of Porxies. He saw him once he crossed the street quick. That's funny. That's funny. They would doubtless appreciate it, but might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You'd be fresher for the tasks ahead. I think we're about to end stream. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. Was ever the way, the world often needs saving. I disagree with even that though, Retsky. I don't think you are at all. And save it we shall. I for one do not intend to allow a nihilistic madman to take us all to the grave with them, not when the future holds such promise. More Hildebrand? I thought there was no Hildebrand in Shadowland. Not Shadowlands, Shadowbringers. Shadowlands is World of Warcraft. That's so confusing for me, by the way. Shadowlands and Shadowbringers. Your low self-esteem defines your personality. Let me have this. Retsky, your personality is more than just your low self-esteem. I will do all my power to protect those whom I hold dear, just as you have always done. Nope, disagree, Retsky. I refuse to let you have this, and I will die on this hill. That's true, Peachy, and that's why I made Retsky a mod. He'll do the hard things that no one else will. Meanwhile, somewhere in the logs. No one is invested? They should.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them.
Oh. What is she saying? Uh-oh.
Oh. Thank goodness for that.
No, something's wrong, Lise. They're brainwashed.
Glory be.
I didn't.
Glory be to Garlemald!
Well, it's the fudging glowing eyes again. They've got fudging brainwashing in those towers? Looks so primal adjacent. I don't know if it's primal adjacent. I think it's just Ascian magic. It's Ascian.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life.
Oh. It's Ascian fake primals like Bahamut, but there's one of them for every tower.
Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos
so good.
shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Yeah, the towers.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration.
Nah, not just a drama major, a theater kid through and through. The very definition.
I took the liberty of informing her that you await her coming, though I confess, I may have singed her a little in the process.
So
and why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me.
Remember, chat, all these expressions they could do because they messed around with
to be
Hildebrand
said for
first.
such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. Huh. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
Well. He broke the weapon. That must be a fudging weak blade if he just broke it by standing on it, though, honestly. Like, that thing's meant to be like a fudging good quality sword made of metal and like... It's meant to last in combat, and the bro just steps on it and it shatters. Well, it didn't shatter, but like snap in two. Like, come on. It's not a twig. Head and sword. Time for the, change of title here, guys. Okay, I'm calling it a stream here. We're gonna go find someone to raid. Actually, no, I need to get in the middle of these two. You know, just... Hello, twins? You guys don't have to look down at me. It's kind of, like, rude. Okay, let's see who's live to give a raid over to. Thank you everybody so much for watching as well. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I did not mean to go 20 minutes late. It's kind of annoying, actually, but it is what it is. We're gonna go say hi to Lay. Lay is playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, we'll go say hi to Laytru. Guys, do you know Laytru? Laytru is a wonderful friend of ours. Plays a lot of Pokemon, doing shiny hunting and all sorts of things. So definitely go say hi to her. I'll be back in tomorrow's stream, but I don't know what I'll be doing in it just yet. If it's Final Fantasy, we'll be doing Eden. If it's Final Fantasy, we're doing Eden. Psych! Oh, you said that, Peach, and I was like, she's lying. She's lying. Everyone go say hi to Laytru. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I appreciate you all for being here. Top message for those of you who are subbed. Bottom message for those of you who are not subbed. Go give her all of your love and support. I'll be back tomorrow. Have yourselves a fantastic rest of your times, and everyone, thank you all for being here, and I'll catch you in another stream. Take care, have fun, goodbye, don't die. You won't be here. But Peachy. It's community night, Peachy. We gotta do community things. And if community wants Eden, then community wants Eden. But it's not, it's still not set in stone because Kale might want to be doing stuff on stream tomorrow. I'm not sure. I might have to push back Final Fantasy. I do not know. We will find out. I'm gonna head out because I've said I was gonna go like 5 times and I haven't done it yet. Okay, goodbye everyone. I appreciate all of you for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Don't die, please. Thanks. Okay, bye. Say hi to Lay. Okay. Bye.